our 60-minute flow. I will meet you in child's pose. Letting yourself come towards the back edge of your mat. Let your knees open as wide as is comfortable for you. Maybe the big toes touch behind you, they don't have to. Begin to ease your hips back toward your heels. Feel free to shift and move here as much as you would like so you can begin to find space. Stretch your fingertips towards the top edge of your mat. Find some length in your arms as you begin to settle your forehead on your mat between your elbows. Soften the shoulders away from your ears. Perhaps close your eyes and just let yourself be here. Let yourself feel whatever it is that you may be feeling. Experience whatever it is that you may be going through without judgment, without expectations, without needing to be different. Uniting our practice with 3 cleansing breaths. First, open mouth, exhale to release your breath, let it go. Draw a deep breath in, fill up your belly, fill up your lungs. Imagine creating space. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, feel the sides of your ribcage expand. Imagine creating space around your heart. Open mouth, exhale to release. 1 more time. Inhale, breathe into the tips of the fingers. Let the breath flow all the way down to the tips of your toes. Open mouth, exhale to release. Sealing our lips, engaging our Ujjayi breath. Lips sealed, inhale through your nose. Nice, long, slow, and controlled. Keeping the lips sealed, create a slight constriction in the back of your throat, and then continue to exhale through your nose. See if you can begin to deepen your inhalations and lengthen your exhalations. 1 more time, take a deep breath here. Exhale, slow breath out. Inhale, slowly begin to rise up to your hands and knees. Now take some time here on your own to create movement. Feel free to work into your hips, the shoulders, the neck, whatever needs a little extra attention. Beginning to recognize how you're feeling, beginning to let yourself arrive within the 4 corners of your space. Meeting back in our neutral tabletop position, spread your fingers wide, stack your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You can tuck the toes or press the tops of your feet down, your choice. Take an open mouth, exhalation to release your breath. Inhale to your cow pose. Drop your belly, lift your chin and chest, tilt the tailbone high. Retract the shoulder blades, maybe micro bend your elbows. Exhale, tuck and round, find your cat. Curl the chin towards your chest. Lift the shoulder blades. Draw your belly towards your spine. Curl the tailbone under. Now begin to flow here on your own as you connect these 2 shapes with your breath. Connecting your breath with your movement. And then feel free to incorporate any shapes that would continue to help you integrate into your practice. Let yourself find some freedom here. Let yourself be creative. But most of all, just let it feel good. Let it feel intuitive and natural. Take another complete cycle of breath, and then we'll return back to our neutral tabletop position. Gazing down at your hands, walk them forward just slightly as you unstack your wrists from underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes if they're not already. Spread the fingers wide all the way to the webbing, and then rotate your palms outward slightly so your index fingers point forward and are parallel with each other. Press down through your knuckles. Begin to grip with your finger pads. Imagine lifting the center of the palm as you take the weight out of the wrists. Draw the belly towards your spine. Take an open mouth, exhalation, let the breath go. Inhale, hover your knees, find your bear pose, fire the arms, cat your shoulders, let the head drop, gaze between your heels, draw the belly up and in, take another big breath here. Exhale, lift your hips up, send them back for your first downward facing dog. Take some time here to settle in. As you begin to let the shape feel familiar, you can pedal out the feet, maybe sway the hips, maybe take some deep knee bends, perhaps step the feet wide, whatever feels good to you. Let your head hang. Gazing towards the back of your mat, find length in the back of your neck, and then begin to settle into your down dog. Inhale, actively pressing into the palms. Exhale, roll the eyes of your elbows forward. Engaging through the forearms. Inhale, draw the belly toward your spine. Exhale, energize your heels back and down. They don't have to touch, just finding a little bit more sensation in the calves. Maybe even lifting the toes, pressing down through the balls of your feet. Let your heart space melt towards the back of your mat. Slight tilt of the tailbone up, kind of like your cow pose as you open up through the heart. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. Bottom of your exhalation, gaze forward. Bend your knees nice and deep. Begin to tiptoe your feet behind your wrists. For your ragdoll, you're standing forward fold. Separate your feet hip width distance apart, perhaps slightly wider if that feels good. Soften through your knees. Let your upper body completely release, let it hang heavy. And then perhaps tend the palms. You can find stillness or a gentle sway. Perhaps cradle the elbows or whatever feels good to you. Inhale, begin to lift your belly away from your thighs. Exhale, let the crown of your head hang. Releasing your fingertips to the mat if they're not already there. Begin to toe heel your feet together. Let your big toes come to touch, heels are a sliver apart. Tent your fingertips underneath your shoulders. Curl your chin towards your chest, gaze up towards your belly. Take an open mouth, exhalation to release your breath, let it go. Inhale, slowly begin to rise. Let yourself roll up as you stack one vertebra over the next. Take as much time as you need to. Beginning to lengthen through the spine, lifting through the crown of your head. Inhale, hug the shoulders towards your ears. Lift the gaze, tip your head back. Exhale, release the arms by your side. Spread your fingers wide all the way to the webbing. Rotate your pinky fingers forward. Spiral your thumbs behind you. Lift and open up through the chest. Inhale, lift all 10 toes. Spread them wide. Exhale, gently place them back down. See if you can maintain the space between your toes as you shift the weight forward. Back side to side. Grounding down through the mound of your big toe, your pinky toe, and the inner and outer edges of your heels. Inhale, squeeze your calves. Exhale, lift your thighs away from your knees. Inhale, draw your lower belly, pull it up and in, engage your Uddiyana Bandha, your core lock. Find your strength there. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, just slightly neutralize your pelvis, stabilize through your hips. Inhale, sweep your arms high, lifting through the fingertips, activate through the arms. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Press palm into palm, knuckle into knuckle, fingertip into fingertip. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, lift your heart to meet your thumbs. Open mouth, exhale. Press your thumbs back into your heart. Building our Sane flow nice and slow together. Inhale, sweep your arms high, Tadasana mountain pose. Turn the pinky fingers inward. Relax your shoulders down the back, curl the tailbone under. Take a deep breath here. Cactus, exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, bend the elbows. Maybe lift the gaze. Perhaps curl the tailbone under, soften through the knees if that feels better on your lower back. Inhale, lift the arms high. Forward fold, exhale, either swan dive or hands melt through heart center as you hinge from your hips. Release your fingertips, let your head hang. On the toes wide. Stay here, inhale, begin to lift your belly, creating space. So as you exhale, maybe hinging from your hips, perhaps moving the forehead towards your shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, actively press your palms into your shins or your thighs. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Slight tilt up of the tailbone. Press your heart space, forward and down. Take a deep breath here. Release your hands. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Let yourself stretch. 1 more time. Inhale, keep the belly up and in. Exhale, release the hands, fold. Plant your palms, step your feet back, meeting in our high plank, top of a push-up. Find where you like your feet. Maybe rock the hips side to side, floating your hips in line with your shoulders. Press through the balls of your feet. Lift your heels, engage the thighs. Imagine pressing your heels back, but keeping them exactly where they are. Pull the belly towards your spine. Take a deep breath here. Gaze slightly forward. Exhale, cat the shoulders. Inhale, shift the weight forward or onto your tippy toes. Toes or knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows graze the rib cage as you lower halfway down. Flip to the tops of your feet. Inhale, rise. Upward facing dog or cobra. Pause here, take a deep breath in. Gaze past your right shoulder. Exhale, let the left hip drop. Inhale, come back to center. Micro bend your elbows. Exhale, gaze past your left shoulder. Let the right hip drop. Inhale, come back to center. Imagine squeezing your inner ankles together, pointing the big toes back. Tuck the toes. Exhale, use your core, lift your hips up, and then back, find your downward facing dog. Adjust your feet, let your head hang, settle in. Inhale, find length in your arms. Exhale, soften through the knees, melt your heart back and down. 2 more times. Inhale, tilt your tailbone high. Exhale, roll the inner thighs inward, press to the mound of your big toe. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. Bottom of your exhalation, gaze forward, bend your knees. Lightly step, hop, or float, top of the mat. Let your big toes come to touch. Fan your toes wide. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, hinge from your hips. Soften through the knees. Inhale, begin to rise. Sweep your arms high. Exhale, hands to heart. Putting all of that together, we flow 1 breath to 1 movement. Inhale, sweep your arms high, maybe lift your gaze. Cactus, exhale, curl the tailbone under, drop the shoulders. Inhale, reach your arms high, maybe lift your gaze. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips, swan dive, or hands can melt through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float, chaturanga high to low push-up. Let yourself resist gravity, lower halfway down. Inhale, rise, upward facing dog, pull the shoulders away from your ears. Tuck your toes. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Adjust your feet, take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. Bottom of your exhalation, gaze forward, bend your knees. Lightly step, hop, or float, top of the mat. Big toes touch. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, hinge from your hips. Inhale, begin to rise. Reverse swan dive or roll up, your choice. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more time through. Inhale, Tadasana, sweep the arms high. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float, chaturanga high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck your toes. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Adjust your feet. Take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. Bottom of your exhalation, gaze forward. Bend your knees nice and deep. Step hop or float, top of the mat, landing softly, let your big toes touch. Inhale, halfway lift, press your heart space forward and down. Exhale, fold, hinge from your hips. Weight in your heels, inhale, begin to rise, find your chair pose. Maybe hands to the hips, maybe biceps next to the ears, your choice. Roll the pinky fingers inward. Squeeze the ankles, knees, and thighs firmly together. Inhale, draw the belly up and in. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, and then maybe draw the hips back and down. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, cactus, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach the arms high. Airplane the arms, exhale, lift the thumbs, roll the pinky fingers down. Inhale, burst up, lift the gaze. Forward fold, exhale, hinge from your hips. Putting that together, inhale, chair pose. Weight in your heels. Cactus, exhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, straighten the arms, reach them high. Exhale, fly it back, lengthen your neck. Burst up, inhale, Tadasana, straighten the legs, firm your thighs. Exhale, fold, hinge from your hips. One more time through, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, chair. Exhale, airplane the arms. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, moving on. Exhale, plant your palms, step or float. Chaturanga, high to low. Resist gravity, engage the core. Inhale, press to the tops of your feet. Tuck your toes, exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Adjust your feet, take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Step your feet together. Inhale, reach the right leg high. Exhale, bend the knee open and stack. Drop your right shoulder to meet the left. Maybe stay here, perhaps find circles through your ankle. Maybe find big rotations through your knee and thigh. Let your head hang heavy. Find length in the back of your neck. Inhale, reach the right leg high. As you exhale, tap the toe down behind you. 2 more times. Inhale, right leg high, keep the hips square. Exhale, tap the toe down. 1 more time. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, just tap the toe down. Now inhale, right leg high. Knee to nose, exhale, shift the weight forward into the hands, cat your shoulders, chin to chest. Inhale, re-extend the right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, pause, gaze forward, tent the right fingertips, cat the shoulders, lift the knee even higher, heel toe the foot through between the thumbs, nice and softly, tent the palms, and then create some space in your hips. Perhaps shift side to side, back and forth, creating space in your left hip flexor as well, maybe even the right hamstring. Take another deep breath here. Exhale, slow breath out. Return back to your low lunge. Keep the back heel lifted. Inhale, modified pyramid. Lift the hips, send them up and back. Straightening through the right knee, perhaps keep a gentle bend. Inhale, pull the right hip back. Exhale, draw the left hip forward. Inhale, lengthen through the collarbones. Exhale, hinge from your hips. 2 more times. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, soften through the elbows. 1 more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge, spin the back heel flat, turn the toes towards the left side of your mat. Rise up onto your fingertips, roll to the knife edge of your right foot. Warrior 2, inhale, sweep the arms wide. Relax your shoulders down your back, maybe gaze past your middle finger or relax through your shoulders as you find where you like your feet. Back leg is straight and strong, rolling to the knife edge of the right foot, maybe even lifting the right big toe. Stack your shoulders over your hips, reach the arms wide, take a deep breath here. Exhale, press the palms down. Take another big breath here. Exhale, extended side angle, reach the right arm forward, find length in the underside of the rib cage, and then either lift the left arm up and overhead or palm towards the front edge of your mat. Roll the pinky finger down, pull the left shoulder back as you lift the heart towards the sky. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, slow breath out. Reverse triangle, inhale, straighten the front leg. Square off your hips, little or no weight in the supporting hand as you press your right palm towards the back of your mat. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, level off your hips. So if you find that you're bumping your hip back, see if you can draw it back underneath you. Take another deep breath here. Keep the legs straight, exhale, draw your arms to shoulder height. Maybe toe heel the back foot in slightly. Press down through your feet, lift the thighs. Inhale, stretch the right arm forward. Exhale, use your left arm, your core, pull it back. 2 more times. Inhale, right arm forward. Exhale, use your core, shoulders back. 1 more time. Inhale, reach the right arm forward as far as you can. Use your core. Exhale, shoulders over your hips. Now inhale, reach the right arm forward. Engage your right thigh. Trikonasana triangle. Right arm down, left arm high. It doesn't matter how far down your right arm goes, but see if you can actively lift up through the left fingertips. Imagine stacking the shoulders, the wrists. Press down through your feet and then engage the inner thighs. Take a deep breath here. Bend the right knee. Exhale. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Sweep the upper body up and back. Lift your gaze. Exhale. Relax the shoulders down your back. 1 more time. Inhale. Breathe into the right side body. Take it up and back. Exhale. Flow. Circle the arms. Plant the palms. Step your right foot back to meet the left or whatever variation serves you. Inhale, rise. Tuck your toes. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Adjust your feet, take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Step your feet together. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, open and stack. Lifting through the left knee, maybe drawing the left heel towards the right hip, or maybe find some movement. Square off the shoulders, press firmly into the left hand, drop the left shoulder to meet the right. Inhale, re-extend the left leg high, square the hips, tap the left toe down, exhale. Inhale, left leg high, 3-legged dog, keep the hips square. Exhale, tap the toe down. 1 more time, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, tap the toe. Inhale, left leg high. Knee to nose, exhale, shift the weight forward, chin to chest, press down to the palms. Inhale, re-extend the left leg high. Knee to nose, exhale, shift the weight forward, gaze between the thumbs, tap the left fingertips, pat the shoulders, lift the left knee even higher. Heel toe the foot through between the hands. Find your low lunge and then invite some movement here. Perhaps move the hips side to side, back and forth, or circles, whatever feels good. Return back to your low lunge. Send the fingertips underneath your shoulders. Pull the left hip back. Back heel stays lifted. Modified pyramid. Lift the hips up and back as you straighten through the left leg. Feel free to keep the knees soft. Feel free to use blocks. Lengthen the heart forward and then square off your hips. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, imagine hinging from your hips rather than through the chest. Keep the heart lifted. 2 more times. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hinge, maybe just a tiny movement. 1 more time. Inhale, left hip back. Exhale, fold, right hip forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Low lunge, exhale, bend the left knee, spin the back heel flat, turn the toes towards the edge of your mat. Tent the palms, inhale, sweep the arms open, find your warrior 2. Take some time here to settle in. Find your heel to arch alignment. Stack your shoulders over your hips as you lengthen through the rib cage and then relax through your shoulders. Reach the arms wide, take a deep breath here. Extended side angle, exhale. Find length in the underside of the rib cage and then pivot, either right arm high or towards the front edge of your mat. Roll the right shoulder back. Find length in both sides of the rib cage. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, slow breath out. Reverse triangle, inhale, straighten the left leg. Maybe toe heel your back foot in slightly. Sweep the left hand towards the back of the house and then drop your shoulders. Bump your right hip into the left so you neutralize the pelvis and then lift the thighs away from your knees. Take a deep breath here. Stay for the exhale. One more time, take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw your arms to shoulder height. If you'd like, you can even toe heel your back foot in a little bit more, and then we'll find some length here. Inhale, reach the left arm forward, engage your left thigh. Use your core, inhale, rise back up. Two more times, inhale, left arm forward. Use your core, exhale, right arm draws you back. One more time, inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, come back to center. Now inhale, reach the left arm forward as far as you can, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, pivot the left arm down wherever it falls, and then stack the right arm high. Lift up through the left fingertips, roll the left shoulder back, and then lift the inner thighs. Take a deep breath here. Bend the left knee, exhale. Reverse warrior, inhale, simply sweep your rib cage up and back. Little or no weight in the supporting hand. Inhale, lift the left rib cage away from your left hip. Exhale, relax your shoulders as you lengthen through the left fingertips. Take another big breath here. Exhale, circle the hands, flow. Chaturanga, high to low, follow your breath as you find your variation of your vinyasa, toes or knees. Feel free to intensify, to modify. Let this be your practice. Take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. 3 breaths here, either in down dog, maybe find your child's pose. Grab a sip of water, towel off. That's our Sunday flow. We'll put that all together and then flow. 1 breath to 1 movement. Whenever you're ready, let yourself return back to your downward facing dog. Adjust your feet, take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Step your feet together, now we flow. Inhale, right leg high. Knee to nose, exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right leg high. Gaze forward, exhale, low lunge. Heel toe the foot through between the thumbs. Tap the palms, back heel stays lifted. Inhale, modified pyramid, lift the hips, take them up and back. Fold, exhale, hinge from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Low lunge, exhale, bend the right knee, spin the back heel flat. Warrior 2, inhale, circle the arms, stack your shoulders. Extended side angle, exhale, find length in both sides of the rib cage. Reverse triangle, inhale, press down through the right foot, square the hips. Exhale, draw the arms to shoulder height, maybe toe heel the back foot in. Reach the right arm forward, inhale, find length. Pivot the arms, exhale, triangle, trikonasana, maybe lift the gaze. Bend the right knee, inhale, reverse warrior, sweep it up and back. Exhale, flow. Circle the hands, plant the palms, step the foot back. Breathe here. Inhale to rise. Tuck your toes. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Step your feet together. Inhale, left leg high. Knee to nose, exhale, chin to chest, cat the shoulders. Inhale, re-extend your left leg high. Gaze forward, exhale, low lunge, heel toe the foot through, land softly, back heel stays lifted, tent the palms. Inhale, modified pyramid, lift the hips, pull them up and back. Square the hips, exhale, fold, hinge from your hips. Half lift, inhale, lengthen through your spine. Bend the left knee, exhale, low lunge, spin the back heel flat. Warrior two, inhale, roll to the knife edges of both feet. Exhale, extended side angle, back leg is straight and strong. Reverse triangle, inhale, lift the knees, lift the thighs rather away from your knees. Exhale, draw your arms to shoulder height, maybe toe heel to back foot in. Left arm forward, inhale, find length. Pivot, exhale, triangle, trikonasana, stack the shoulders. Inhale, reverse warrior, bend the left knee, sweep it up and back. Exhale, flow, high to low. Ride your breath down. Inhale, rise, press to the tops of your feet. Tuck your toes, exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. One more time through. Step your feet together. Inhale, right leg high. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, low lunge, heel toe the foot through. Modified pyramid, inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Low lunge, exhale, spin the back heel flat. Warrior two, inhale. Extended side angle, exhale. Reverse triangle, inhale. Exhale, draw the arms to shoulder height. Toe heel the back foot in. Right arm forward, inhale. Triangle, trikonasana, exhale. Bend the right knee, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, slow. Inhale, rise. Tuck your toes, exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Adjust your feet, spread the fingers, take a deep breath here. Exhale, let your head hang. Feel free to flow at your own pace, left side last time. Step your feet together. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, heel toe the foot through. Inhale, modified pyramid, lift the hips. Exhale, fold, hinge from your hips. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, low lunge, spin the back heel flat. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, arms shoulder height. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, triangle, trikonasana. Bend the left knee, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, flow. Ride your breath down. Your pace, your breath. Inhale to rise. Exhale, tuck your toes. Send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. Bottom of your exhale, gaze forward, bend your knees. Step your feet to the wide edges of your mat for your malasana, your yogi squat. Take some time, draw the heels in, turn the toes out. Maybe rock the hips side to side as you drop your hips in between your heels. Roll to the outer edges of your feet, maybe even lift your big toes. Invite your elbows to the insides of the knees or thighs. Press the palms together. Inhale, lift your heart to meet your thumbs. Exhale, relax your shoulders down your back, curl the tailbone under. Maybe tuck the chin, gaze at the fingertips, lengthen the back of your neck. You can stay here. Maybe find a twist. Maybe play with your bound bird of paradise, or if you'd like to play with an arm balance or an inversion of your choice, feel free to take the next several moments to explore whatever it is that you're working on in your practice. For your crow pose, fingers are spread wide all the way to the webbing, rotating the palms outward slightly so your index fingers point forward and are parallel with each other. Plant the hands shoulder width distance apart. Roll the eyes of your elbows forward so you can bend the elbows straight back rather than having them bent out. We want the joints rather stacked and in line. Lift the hips, walk the toes towards the wrist, bend the elbows straight back. Imagine creating a shelf with your triceps. Lift the heels, elevate the hips, and then see if you can nestle the knees towards the armpits or towards the outsides of the triceps. Find the connection first, and then begin to shift the weight forward into the hands. Grip with your finger pads. Keep the gaze lifted, cat the shoulders, pull the belly towards the spine. It's as much core strength as it is about arm strength. Maybe practice floating a toe, maybe both. Maybe lifting the heels towards the hips, big toes touch. Take as much time as you need to, and then whenever you feel ready, we'll come to a resting pose. Maybe finding your child's pose or draw the knees together. Finding your embryo pose. Let your forehead rest, arms by your side, palms facing up. Let the shoulders roll forward. Take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more times, take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. 1 more time, take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale, let yourself reset. Inhale, begin to rise, hands and knees. Tuck your toes, exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. Bottom of your exhale, gaze forward. Bend your knees, lightly step, hop or float. Top the mat, let your big toes touch. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Release your hands, exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale, find your chair pose, Utkatasana. Moving on, exhale, hands to heart center, sit low. Spread the right toes out nice and wide. Pardon me, shift your weight to your right foot. Lift the left heel. Find the right foot underneath you, the 4 corners, and then inhale, float the left knee towards the chest. Flex the toes towards the shin. Press the palms together. Lift your heart to meet the thumbs. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, warrior 3. Float the left heel up and back as you pour the heart forward into the thumbs. Drop your left hip to meet the right, and then maybe micro bend the right knee. Take a deep breath here. Take a big step back. Exhale, find your crescent lunge, hands to heart center. Adjust your feet first. Stabilize, lift the left heel, and then stack the shoulders over your hips. Draw the belly up and in. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, warrior 2, press the palms down. Straighten the right leg, inhale. Moving into our triangle, Trikonasana, maybe toe heel your back foot in. We'll stay here a little longer. Bump your hips back. Reach the right fingertips forward as far as you can. Feel free to micro bend the right knee. Exhale, pivot the right arm down, left arm high. Maybe resting the fingertips on your shin, or maybe to the inside, on top, or to the outside of the right foot. Pull the left shoulder back, lengthen through the right fingertips, press your hips back. Imagine lengthening through the underside of the rib cage. Options stay here. Maybe find a half bind, wrap the top arm around the back. Maybe even tuck the fingers to the inside of the hip or inner thigh. Maybe take a core challenge. Reach the right arm forward, palm up, and then lift the gaze. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, slow breath out, bind, release. Left arm pulls you back up. As you inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, warrior 2. Take another deep breath here. Exhale, relax through your shoulders. Straightening through the right leg once again. Inhale. Turn the right toes towards the left side of your mat. Exhale. Flip the palms towards the sky. Lift the thighs. Inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, imagine hinging from your hips to pull the tailbone back. Press your heart forward. Release your fingertips underneath your shoulders. Let your head hang. Roll to the knife edges of your feet. Maybe shift the weight forward as you stack your hips and line over the heels. Finding some movement, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hinge from your hips. Twice more, inhale, press your heart forward. Exhale, fold, find the knife edges of your feet. One more time, inhale, tilt the tailbone back, chest forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Gaze towards the front edge of your mat. Crisscross the hands. Exhale, find your low lunge. Moving into our pyramid pose. Step the left foot forward about 3 feet away from the right. Find your heel to heel alignment, or maybe toe heel the right foot to the side slightly. Turn the left toes towards the top left corner of the mat. Feel free to keep the right knee soft. Use blocks. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and then lengthen through the spine. Maybe rock your hips back and forth, front and back. And then see if you can find neutral. Imagine that your hip bones are headlights that are pointing forward. And then once again, draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, gentle hinge. Roll to the knife edge of the back foot and then lift the thighs. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Keep the spine long. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Moving into our revolved pyramid pose. Left hand to the inside, on top, or to the outside of your right foot, maybe even to a block. Place your right hand on your right hip. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Press evenly down through both feet, rolling to the knife edges. Maybe stay here. Maybe reach the right arm high. And then maybe begin to pull your right shoulder back, left shoulder towards the right as you stack the shoulders, but keep the hips square. So continue to roll the right shoulder back, pull the right hip forward. Maybe gaze towards your right thumb, down, out, or up, your choice, whatever feels good on your neck. Take a deep breath here. Gaze down, exhale, release the hands, tuck the palms, soften through the right knee. Inhale, step the left foot forward to meet the right. Exhale, fold, hinge from your hips. Other side, inhale, find your chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, sit low. Spread the left toes wide. Find the 4 corners of your left foot, lift the right heel. Inhale, draw the right knee towards the chest, flex the right toes towards the shin. Inhale, lift your heart to meet your thumbs. Warrior 3, exhale. Float the right heel up and back, pour your heart forward. Lengthen through the crown of your head, pull the shoulder blades back as you drop the right hip to meet the left. Feel free to soften through the left knee. Activate the back foot, take a deep breath here. Now flex the foot, step back, find your crescent lunge, hands stay at heart center, and then find your balance first. Spread the right toes, left toes wide, and then begin to stack the shoulders over your hips. Pull the right hip forward, left hip back, stack your shoulders over your hips, and then draw the tailbone under, lifting through the right heel. Sweep the arms high, take a deep breath here. Warrior 2, exhale, open up. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Maybe toe heel your back foot in slightly. Bump your hips towards the back of your mat. Inhale, lengthen through the left arm. Should feel a nice sensation or an intense sensation on the left inner thigh. And then lift the left thigh away from the knee. Find your strength. And then pivot, left arm down, right arm high. See if you can press the bottom rib cage towards the thigh and then draw the right rib cage towards the right hip. So you're lengthening through the underside of the rib cage. Maybe stay here, maybe find a half bind. Maybe practice challenging the core, left arm forward, bicep next to the ear, palm face up. Maybe turn the gaze, take a deep breath here. Exhale, bind, release, come back to your triangle. Inhale, right arm guides you back up. Warrior two, exhale. Straighten the left leg, inhale. Pivot the left toes towards the right side of your mat. Option, you can interlace the hands behind your back, or maybe reverse namaste if that's successful. Roll the shoulders back and down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then maybe lift your thumbs away from your hips. If it's accessible, you can even press the palms together, but you don't have to. Inhale, lift your hips, lift your gaze rather, lift the chest. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Flat back, imagine that you're folding over a bar across your hips. Let the knuckles spill up and overhead. Lift your shoulders away from your ears, find length in your neck. Feel free to stay here, letting the knuckles grow heavy, and you can release the hands whenever you feel like. If you'd like to take an arm balance or an inversion, feel free. Maybe spend some time here, or just stay here in your wide-legged straddle. Rolling to the knife edges of your feet. Lift your thighs away from your knees. Staying low, inhale, draw the belly up and in. Exhale, hinge from your hips. 2 more times, inhale, slight tilt up of the tailbone. Exhale, let your head grow heavy. 1 more time, take a deep breath here. Exhale, slow breath out. Inhale, find your halfway lift, tent the palms. Gaze towards the front of your mat. Exhale, pivot. Return to your low lunge. Bending into the left knee, pyramid pose. Exhale, step the right foot forward about 3 feet away from the left. Find your heel to heel alignment or slightly wider, maybe hip width distance apart. Turn the right toes towards the top right corner of the mat. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward, and then maybe rock the hips from side to side, shifting your weight to your back foot, shifting your weight to your front foot. Maybe exploring the movement of your pelvis. And then see if you can visualize the hip bones. Once both of your hip bones are level, pointing forward like headlights, pause there. Inhale, lift the chest. Feel free to use blocks. Exhale, keep your hips where they are. Exhale, hold. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Keep the spine long. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, finding our revolved pyramid. Right hand to the inside, on top, or to the outside of your left foot, or maybe on a block. Square your hips, right hip forward, left hip back. Stabilize through the knife edges of your feet. Imagine lifting through the inner thighs. Once you find your balance, left hand to the left hip. Feel free to stay here, or maybe begin to lift the left arm high, or maybe begin to draw the left shoulder back, and then lengthen through the fingertips. Gaze can be down, out, or up, your choice. So pull the left hip back, right hip forward. I just had a little brain lapse there for a second. Reaching through the left fingertips, right shoulder towards the left side of your mat, left shoulder back. Take a deep breath here. Gaze down, exhale, release the hands, tent the palms, maybe soften through the left. Inhale, step the right foot forward to meet the left. Exhale, fold, hinge from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float, and then find your flow. Words just got really hard. Inhale to rise. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Adjust your feet, take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Step your feet together, inhale, sweep the right leg high. Half pigeon, exhale, knee to nose, shift the weight forward. Pivot the shin across your mat, flexing the right toes behind the left wrist. Begin to extend the left leg behind you as you lower the right knee behind the right wrist. Tent the palms. Begin to lift the chest as you create space in your hips. Imagine pulling the right hip back, left hip forward. Maybe tuck your back toes, lift the knee and thigh, and then gaze past your right shoulder. Come back to center. Feel free to keep the toe tucked or untucked. You can stay here for as long as you'd like, or if it would feel good to you, begin to lower onto your forearms and your elbows. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Perhaps close your eyes as you relax the muscles of your face. Let yourself find softness wherever you can as you send your breath to your hips. Feel free to breathe on your own or breathe together. Take a big breath here. Exhale, slow breath out. 2 more times. Take a deep breath here. Exhale to release your breath, let it go. 1 more time, take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. As you inhale, slowly begin to rise up onto your palms. Tuck your back toes, press down through the hands. 3-legged dog, inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, shake it out. Feel free to flip your dog, create space, and then whenever you feel ready, begin to settle back into your downward facing dog. Step your feet together. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, sweep it through, half pigeon, other side. Drawing the shin across your mat, imagine creating the number 7 with your legs. Flexing the left toes behind the right wrist, protect the knee. Left knee behind the left wrist, and then tent the palms, begin to find some space here. Perhaps tuck the back toes, lift the knee and thigh, gaze past your left shoulder, feeling a nice stretch in the right side body, the right hip flexor. Come back to center, lower the knee, maybe untuck the toes or keep them tucked, your choice. Take a deep breath here, lift through the heart. You can stay here or exhale, begin to hinge from your hips. Imagine your hip bones or headlights, both of them pointing forward and on the same level. So if you feel one hip drop or kind of sag to the side, see if you can pull it back, let it meet the other hip. Feel free to relax the muscles of your face, find softness through your shoulders. And even here, imagine lengthening your heart towards the top of your mat, extending the spine from the crown of the head, from your hips all the way down to the right big toe. Feel free to breathe on your own, or if you'd like to breathe together, take a deep breath here. Imagine creating space in your left hip. Exhale, slow breath out. Begin to melt into your right hip flexor. 2 more times. Inhale, create space. Exhale to find softness. 1 more time. Take a big breath here. Open mouth, exhale. As you are ready, inhale, begin to rise up onto the palms. Tuck the back toes. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee open and stack. Let it feel good, stretch it out. Then exhale, whenever you're ready, come back to your downward facing dog. Adjust your feet, last down dog of your practice. Take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. Bottom of your exhalation, gaze forward, bend your knees. Step your feet between the hands, come to a seated position. Extend the legs in front of you. Press to the balls of your feet, flare the toes back towards your face. Reach the arms forward, palms in, thumbs up. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, relax the shoulders, begin to lean back, feel the lower belly engaged. Keep the heart lifted. Inhale, take another breath. Exhale to hinge. Do this as many times as you would like. Maybe the heels lift, keeping the heart lifted, shoulders back, until you release all the way down to your mat. Keep on breathing. And then hug the knees into your chest. Gently rock side to side. Maybe draw circles with your knees. Take a big breath here. Exhale, release the arms wide like a T or bend the elbows, find cactus arms. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, let your knees fall to either side, right or left for your spinal twist. You can keep the knees stacked, maybe straighten the top leg, maybe find an eagle leg variation as you cross the right thigh all the way up and over the left. Maybe gaze past the opposite shoulder. If you find that one shoulder is lifting, see if you can slide the opposite shoulder out from underneath you, letting both shoulders connect with your mat, allowing the twist to happen from the space right below the shoulder blades. Send the breath to your lower back. Feel free to breathe on your own or take a deep breath here. Exhale, slow breath out. 2 more times, take a big breath here. Exhale to release your breath, let it go. 1 more time, take a big breath in. Open now, exhale. Inhale, let your knees return back to center. Unravel, uncross. Take a moment to hug both knees into your chest, and then whenever you feel ready, as you exhale, let your knees fall to the other side. Let yourself shift and move, settle in. Let both shoulder blades connect, and then find a variation with the top leg that would feel good to you. Perhaps gaze. Let the gaze fall away from your knees. Let yourself begin to find softness here. Let go of effort. Letting your breath and gravity begin to take over from here. Feel free to breathe on your own or take a big breath in. Exhale, slow breath out. 2 more times, take a big breath here. Open mouth, exhale to release. 1 more time, take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. As you inhale, slowly let the knees return back to center. Take a moment to hug both knees into your chest. If there is any last shape that you would like to take that would help you feel complete in your practice, feel free to spend the next several moments exploring whatever spaces are left. If you're ready, begin to find the shape, the space, create the support that you would like for your final Shavasana. Take as much time as you need to. Feel free to shift and move. Let your heels grow heavy. Let your toes fall open. Let yourself take up space. Together, let's take an open mouth exhalation to release your breath. Let it go. Take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more times. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let the breath go. 1 more time. Take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale to release. Release control of your breath. Let yourself rest. Final Shavasana, just rest. Slowly, gently let yourself begin to reawaken. Begin by deepening your breath. Perhaps wiggle your fingers and your toes, maybe circle your ankles and your wrists. Feel free to rest here, or if you feel ready, on your next inhalation, stretch your arms up overhead. Draw your legs together, point your toes, take a full body stretch. Take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, bend the knees into your chest. Exhale, gently roll over to either side, right or left, your choice. Let your knees, hips, and your shoulders stack. Use the bottom arm as a pillow. Let the ground support you in this space as you receive all the benefits of your practice. Take a deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. On your next inhalation, with your eyes still closed or the gaze soft, use your hands to gently guide yourself back up to a comfortable seated position, whatever shape or form that may take for you. Let your spine lengthen. You can rest your hands gently on your knees or thighs, or unite the palms. Connect your thumbs to heart center. Together, let's take an open mouth exhalation to release your breath. Take a big breath here. Open mouth, exhale, let the breath go. Inhale, we lift our thumbs to our third eye, center of the forehead. The light within me truly recognizes, honors, and celebrates the light that shines in you. Thank you so much for practicing today. Sealing in our practice together, namaste. Thank you so much, lovely yogis. Again, my name is Sarah. If you have any questions for the studio, feel free to contact us. Otherwise, stay healthy, be safe, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much.